Ever wondered why you can't stay consistent? You have a good day, maybe even a good week, and then suddenly it all falls apart. You gain progress, then you lose it. You feel on track, then you feel lost again. It's a frustrating cycle, and you probably blame yourself, thinking you just need more discipline. But what if I told you that discipline alone isn't the answer? Consistency isn't about forcing yourself to do something. It's the natural result of alignment. Think of it like this. When your beliefs about trading, your daily habits, your emotional state, and the rules you set for yourself are all pointing in the same direction, consistency just happens. It feels effortless. But the moment even one of those pieces is out of sync, your trading becomes chaotic. This isn't a theory. It's a reality for so many traders. Most traders can trade well for a single day. Some can even hold it together for a whole week. But very, very few can maintain that level of performance for months at a time. Why is that? It's because the root of inconsistency isn't a skill issue. You know your strategy. You know how to read a chart. The problem is a nervous system issue. Your emotional stability fluctuates from one day to the next, and your trading performance fluctuates right along with it. Let's break that down. When you're feeling calm and centered, you follow your plan to the letter. You execute with precision. But when you're tired from a bad night's sleep, you start breaking your own rules. When you're feeling confident after a string of wins, you execute cleanly. But when you're feeling insecure or doubtful after a loss, you start to second-guess every decision. You hesitate, you miss your entry, or you jump in too early. Consistency isn't about being a perfect robot who never makes a mistake. It's about reducing the intensity of these emotional swings that constantly sabotage your decisions. It's about creating a stable internal foundation so your actions don't get hijacked by your feelings. One of the biggest hidden causes of inconsistency is having an unclear identity as a trader. If you haven't defined what kind of trader you are, your decisions will change based on your mood, your fear, your excitement, or even your boredom. One day, you decide you're a patient, long-term trend follower. The next day, you get impatient and start scalping impulsively. One day, you respect your stop loss and take the small hit. The next day, you get scared of being wrong and move it, letting a small loss turn into a catastrophic one. Without a stable, clearly defined trading identity, your behavior becomes random. You're not one trader. You're 5 different traders, and you never know which one is going to show up to the charts. Another major culprit is something I call emotional carryover. So many traders fail to mentally reset between trading days. If yesterday was a stressful, high-anxiety day, you carry that stress into today's session. If your last trade was a frustrating loss, your very next trade is likely to be a reactive one, driven by a need to get it back. You're not trading the market in front of you. You're trading the emotional residue from your past. This lingering baggage creates massive instability in your present moment decisions. You're fighting yesterday's battles on today's battlefield, and it's a recipe for disaster. Here is the hard truth. Your consistency breaks every single time your emotions grab the steering wheel. After a loss, you trade differently. Maybe you become gun-shy and hesitate on the next perfect setup, or you go into revenge trading mode. After a big win, you trade differently, too. You might feel overconfident, take on too much risk, and give it all back. After missing a trade you were watching, you trade differently. You get FOMO and chase a bad entry. Your behavior constantly shifts depending on the immediate emotional memory you're holding on to. As long as your trading actions are tied to your fleeting emotions, inconsistency is absolutely inevitable. It's not a possibility. It's a guarantee. So, how do we fix this? How do you finally become the consistent trader you know you can be? It starts by stabilizing your internal world. You have to create emotional routines that act as anchors before, during, and after you trade. This doesn't have to be complicated. It might mean a 5-minute morning reset before you even look at a chart. A moment to breathe, check in with yourself, and set your intention for the day. It might be a mid-session check-in, where you step away from the screen for 2 minutes to disconnect from the market noise and reconnect with your plan. And it definitely means a post-trade reflection, where you objectively review your decisions without judgment. These small, simple rituals create emotional boundaries. They protect your rational mind from the emotional chaos of the market. Another huge key is simplification. So many traders think a more complex strategy is a better strategy. They have dozens of indicators, complex rules, and endless contingencies. But what they don't realize is that complexity breeds inconsistency. The more variables you have, the more ways there are to mess up your execution, especially when you're under pressure. Simplicity, on the other hand, breeds mastery. When your rules are simple, clear, and concise, your brain can actually follow them, even when your heart is pounding. But when they're complicated, your system collapses the moment you feel stressed. Strip your strategy down to the essential. Master one simple approach instead of being mediocre at 10 complex ones. Consistency also demands accountability. And I don't mean accountability to a trading group or a mentor, though that can help. I mean accountability to yourself. This is where a journal is non-negotiable. When you review your behavior every single day, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, you create powerful awareness. You start to see your patterns. You see your impulsive triggers. You see the exact moments you break your own code. Awareness is the ultimate antidote to inconsistency. You simply cannot change a pattern that you aren't aware of. Your journal is the mirror that shows you who you really are as a trader, not who you think you are. Most traders are stuck in a trap. They think consistency will come from finding a better indicator or a magic setup with a 90% win rate. But they're looking in the wrong place. True, lasting consistency comes from having better state management. Let me repeat that. Consistency comes from better state management. When your internal state is stable, calm, and focused, your external behavior, your trading execution, becomes stable, calm, and focused. But when your internal state is chaotic, anxious, and reactive, your trading will be just as chaotic. The market reflects your internal world back at you. I want you to imagine something. Imagine starting each trading day with a sense of calm predictability. Not because the market is predictable, it never is, but because you are. Imagine knowing with absolute certainty that no matter what the market throws at you today, a huge win, a frustrating loss, a series of missed opportunities, you will follow your rules. You will protect your capital. You will stay emotionally stable. That feeling, that deep inner knowing, is the essence of consistency. And it is built entirely from the inside out. The more you shift your focus from what you're doing to who you're becoming, the more consistent your trading will be. Your identity as a disciplined, patient trader creates the habits of discipline and patience. Those habits create better results. And those results create real, unshakable confidence. Stop chasing consistency as if it's some external prize you need to win. Instead, start cultivating the internal state that allows consistency to emerge naturally. It is something you embody. Build the trader first, and the profits will follow. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what your biggest struggle with consistency is. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.